1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh.
His wife and kids are so settled, where they are in Munich, that they probably don't want to shift that. We talked about, I think everything comes to an end, but if they really love the life and they probably become bilingual, they may well end up staying there. But I think that will be a loss for Harry's last 2 or 3 years, maybe at the top level, if we don't see him back in this country. I never get the impression when he's interviewed he particularly wants to come back, and I don't take offence with that, not at all. But I think it will be a shame, because he actually could have gone on to beat some of the Premier League records if he'd stayed here.
Yeah, he's definitely a great asset to England, isn't he? Especially with the World Cup. With the World Cup coming up, so we look forward to that, don't we? Now, before we go into the Arsenal's quadruple hopes being squashed, the Arsenal and Chelsea women's game, I watched that last night, and I can't help but just think Chloe Kelly is a really great asset to England come the women's Euro. She put up a dazzling performance. They won, of course, 2-0, and I just look at that and I think, well, we've got hopes on all fronts, haven't we? With our England men and women's teams, I just hope we win the World Cup. For the women.
Well, they could well do, couldn't they? I mean, they got to the final of the World Cup last time against Spain and lost, sadly, but they won the last 2 Euros. Yeah. And actually, I mean, I watched some of that game last night, and the goal by, I think I told you before, Reece James, his sister, the brother and sister, Lauren James, was superb. I mean, it was right out of the copybook of one of the world's top players. I mean, the only thing I do notice sometimes about the women's game, and I like you, I enjoy watching it. Not always, but the goalkeepers don't seem to me to be quite tall enough. Now, that's not always the case. For example, Hannah Hampton, the England goalkeeper, she's pretty tall, and some other teams are, but very often they look just a little bit too short, which always surprises me, because if you take women's netball, for example, you've got very tall girls, well above 6 foot, 6'4", 5'6", and it just seems to me that maybe girls generally don't want to be the goalkeeper. That may apply to boys as well. Most boys want to be out on the pitch, don't they? Either defending or ideally being a striker. So that does worry me a bit, that sometimes the female goalkeepers seem on the shorter side. Maybe that's an unfair thing to say, but I don't think that detracts from Lauren James's goal, because I think any goalkeeper who was just a little way off the line, not very far, it was hit with such perfection, it would have beaten pretty much any goalkeeper. So yeah, that was a magical goal, and of course Chloe Kelly, I believe, scored one as well, didn't she? So yeah, the team is good. I mean, she was at Manchester City, wasn't she, Chloe Kelly? But she's found her situation a much nicer situation, I think, for her in Arsenal, and they are a pretty good team to reckon with. And it would be brilliant if, I think Serena Wiegmann is going to be the manager. She's signed up till the World Cup, which I think is next year for the women. And it would be quite something if the England's women's team actually won it. It would be a complete, there'd be nothing else for her to achieve, would there? And she may well go even if we don't win that, because she's done a brilliant stint for the English team. But let's hope she does.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
She does, and you wouldn't put it past them. Obviously players like Millie Bright, I think, have retired from international football. I didn't see Leah Williamson last night for Arsenal. I imagine she's injured at the moment.
Oh, probably,
But of course, Leah is the England captain as well. So yeah, I think the future looks good for women's English football, and it will be an incredible achievement if their record is Euros, and then a World Cup. I mean, it doesn't really get any better than that, does it? If only the men could do it as well. Only the men could.
Yeah, that's what we hope for, don't we? We hope for that. Yeah. Now, Arsenal's quadruple dreams are over. Did we at any point think it could be possible for a quadruple? Did we at any point?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, because at the end of the day, until something's stopped from happening, we can't completely guarantee it won't happen. I mean, years ago, I think the double, the FA Cup and the league, was thought to be a tough cookie, but I mean, it has been done over the last years. I think Arsenal themselves did it many years ago. And then we talked about trebles, which I believe Manchester City have done one way or another. They've got 3 trophies, but the quadruple has never been done. And it is hard to believe that it could be, because when you think what that would involve, 2 cups here, 2 domestic cups, the league, and, well, presumably a European Cup as well. Now, Arsenal probably are still likely to win the Premiership, the Premier League, and they are on for the other cups, of course. But the performance the other day, I did see it. It was, I suppose, from an Arsenal fan's point of view, I would say it was disappointing, because they didn't. I'm not sure. I mean, they competed, but their best players didn't. I mean, Declan Rice is a brilliant footballer. We've commented on him before, but he didn't seem to be on it, as they say, on Sunday, as was the team. Now, okay, Eze was injured; he couldn't play, and I think he would have come on or maybe started. Ødegaard, who's a key captain for them, also didn't play. He's injured, so they did have some absentees. But Manchester City, who've not been the best, example of Manchester City over the last 4 or 5 years, they dominated the game in a brilliant way. You think of, Doku on the wing, and Rodri, and all the players really.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, 3 beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us